There's a specific kind of regret that hits when you see someone you let go, living a life better than any life they had with you. There is a jealousy that burns when you encounter your ex thriving in a place you never expected to see them, with people you do not recognize, radiating a happiness that makes it painfully obvious they do not need you anymore. This is a story about an unexpected sighting that shattered someone's comfortable narrative, about the moment when seeing becomes believing, and about how watching someone move on can hurt more than the original breakup ever did. Garrett was 33 years old and had broken up with Maya 14 months ago. They had dated for 3 years, and Garrett had ended the relationship because he felt Maya was not ambitious enough, not polished enough, not quite the type of partner he envisioned for his future. Garrett worked in corporate finance, moved in wealthy social circles, and had specific ideas about what success looked like. Maya had been a freelance graphic designer working from home, more interested in creative fulfillment than climbing any professional ladder. She wore casual clothes, preferred quiet nights at home to fancy events, and did not seem interested in the status-driven lifestyle Garrett was pursuing. Garrett had convinced himself that he was doing both of them a favor by ending things. He told Maya she was wonderful, but that they wanted different things from life. He said he needed a partner who matched his professional ambitions, someone who could network with him at corporate events, someone who fit into the world he was building. Maya had been devastated by the breakup, but Garrett had felt confident in his decision. He assumed Maya would continue her small freelance work, stay in her comfort zone, and eventually find someone more suited to her quiet lifestyle. What Garrett did not know was that the breakup had been a catalyst for Maya. The pain of being told she was not enough, not ambitious enough, not polished enough, had lit a fire inside her. Instead of shrinking into herself, Maya had decided to prove to herself, not to Garrett, that she was capable of more than anyone gave her credit for. She had started taking her design work more seriously, actively seeking out high-profile clients instead of just taking whatever came to her. She had enrolled in business courses to learn how to market herself better. She had invested in a professional wardrobe. She had pushed herself out of her comfort zone in every possible way. Within a year, Maya's freelance business had transformed into a thriving design studio. She had landed contracts with major companies, had hired 2 employees, and was being featured in design magazines as an up-and-coming talent in the industry. She had started attending industry events, networking with people she once would have been too intimidated to approach. She had discovered that she actually enjoyed dressing up and attending sophisticated gatherings when they were connected to her own work, rather than just being arm candy at someone else's corporate functions. She had built a life she was proud of. A life that was authentically hers, and she had done it all without Garrett. The art gallery opening where Garrett saw Maya was being hosted by one of her major clients. Maya had designed the branding for the gallery's relaunch, and the owner had invited her as a guest of honor. She was there with other designers, artists, and creative professionals, people who respected her work and valued her contributions. She was wearing a stunning emerald green dress, her hair styled professionally, laughing easily with people who clearly admired her. She looked like she belonged there, like she was comfortable in her own skin in a way Garrett had never seen during their relationship. When Garrett first spotted Maya, he thought he was seeing things. This could not be the same woman who used to wear sweatpants to the grocery store and avoided social events. But as he watched her from across the room, he realized it was definitely Maya, just a version of Maya he had never witnessed. She was confident, articulate, engaging. She was the center of attention in her group. and it was clear people were drawn to her. Garrett felt a complicated knot of emotions tighten in his chest: surprise, confusion, jealousy, and something that felt uncomfortably like regret. Garrett had assumed that he had been the impressive one in their relationship, that Maya had been lucky to be with him. But seeing her now, surrounded by successful creative professionals, clearly thriving in her career, looking absolutely radiant, he realized how wrong he had been. Maya had not needed him to succeed. If anything, his judgment and his narrow definition of success had been holding her back. The moment he was out of her life, she had flourished in ways that suited her own values and talents. Maya noticed Garrett across the room. For a moment, their eyes met. Garrett expected her to look sad or uncomfortable, maybe even to avoid him. But instead, Maya smiled politely. The kind of smile you give an acquaintance you vaguely remember, but do not particularly care about seeing again. Then she turned back to her conversation, clearly unbothered by his presence. That casual dismissal hurt Garrett more than any angry confrontation could have. Garrett spent the rest of the evening unable to focus on anything except watching Maya. He saw her introduce her colleagues to the gallery owner. He saw her discuss her design process with genuine passion. He saw her exchange business cards with people who clearly wanted to work with her. He saw her leave early with a group of friends, laughing about going to dinner at a trendy restaurant. And through it all, she never once looked back at him or seemed concerned with whether he was watching. She was completely absorbed in her own life, a life that clearly did not include any space for him. When Garrett got home that night, he could not stop thinking about what he had seen. He started looking at Maya's professional website and social media, things he had not checked in over a year. He saw the impressive client list she had built. He saw articles mentioning her work. He saw photos of her at various industry events, always looking confident and happy. He realized that the woman he had dismissed as not ambitious enough had built something remarkable. While he was still doing the same corporate job, still going to the same boring networking events, still looking for that perfect partner who matched his superficial checklist, Garrett felt intensely jealous, not just of Maya's success, but of her happiness. She looked genuinely fulfilled in ways he had never seen during their relationship. And he realized that maybe the problem had not been that Maya was not ambitious enough. Maybe the problem was that she had been trying to fit into his version of success instead of pursuing her own. The moment she stopped trying to be what he wanted and started being authentically herself, she had thrived. Over the following weeks, Garrett could not get the image of Maya at that gallery out of his mind. He became somewhat obsessed with tracking her professional accomplishments online. He saw her win a design award. He saw her featured in a podcast about successful women entrepreneurs. He saw photos of her traveling to design conferences in other countries. Each new piece of evidence of her thriving made his jealousy and regret intensify. He had let go of someone extraordinary because he had been too shallow and narrow-minded to see her potential. Garrett considered reaching out to Maya, maybe sending a congratulations message about her success, maybe suggesting they get coffee to catch up. But every time he drafted a message, he realized how pathetic it would sound. She had clearly moved on and moved up. She did not need his validation or his belated recognition of her worth. He had made his judgment about her value when they were together, and she had proven him spectacularly wrong. Reaching out now would just be him trying to insert himself back into a life that was clearly better without him in it. The jealousy Garrett felt was not just about wanting Maya back, though he did feel a painful longing for her. It was jealousy of her transformation, of her courage to pursue her own definition of success, of her ability to take the pain of rejection and turn it into fuel for growth. Garrett realized he had been so focused on external markers of success, on impressing others, on fitting a certain image, that he had lost sight of what actually mattered. And meanwhile, Maya had figured out what mattered to her and had built a life around it. She was the one who had truly succeeded, and he had been too blind to see it until it was too late.